$1 Million Radio, episode 50. Welcome in, boys. Welcome in.
What's up? Feels good to be live, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Live and in person, if you will. I'm kind of nervous, boys.
Yeah.
I kind of got some jitters going right now. This is fun.
It's more nerve-wracking to do this than it is to play in like a bar or, like do live music. For me personally, it's kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah, a lot of things going on right now. Got a lot of moving parts. Never done this before. I mean, I've gone live a time or two, just by myself, but went out, bought a piece of equipment this week. Luckily, I had probably, 10 HDMI cables at my at my disposal. But if it wasn't for that, then this wouldn't be possible.
Well, you're also having to play producer, and you're the director. I mean, you're having to do everything.
Yeah,
Cut. You're playing everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's gonna be hard trying to like flip back and forth between these cameras, but whenever y'all talk. But
yeah.
So welcome in episode 50. How we feel?
Feels good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. 50 episodes of $1 Million Radio. I joked before when we hit 20, when we hit 30, that I didn't think we'd hit, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But 50 episodes is pretty crazy. Wouldn't be able to happen without y'all. And a couple things, just gotta add this real quick. Make sure that logo's there. And then who would I be to not bring up the graphics? There it is. $1 Million Radio Live, episode 50. Forgot to do that earlier. But, yeah, a lot to talk about, boys. We got the college football bracket, the playoff bracket reveal. It is official. Miami squeaks in. That's the big headline over Notre Dame. Notre Dame then goes to say they're not going to play in a bowl game. Because what do bowl games mean anymore? Especially now that we've gone to 12 teams in the playoffs.
It's about nothing, honestly. At this point, it's if a team opts in to do it at all to begin with, it's for the freshmen, for the underclass to actually play each other. Because a lot of the seniors that are going to go to the NFL and everything of that nature, they're not going to risk getting injured over winning the Pop-Tart Bowl. That's just not what we do anymore.
See, I hate how that became kind of a staple for older players. Probably, 10, 15 years ago, everybody started sitting out bowl games.
Started with, I think, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
It was like the first one with Stanford that I remember.
It's just gone downhill ever since. But, the kid in me still loves bowl games, but
when you can't really blame them because, if you're going to go get more money, you'll probably get more money in the NFL. I don't know about a rookie contract anymore compared to the NIL you make. But long-term money, you're going to get more over the span of a career. But why would they risk it? You gotta ask what makes a bowl valuable, and it honestly just comes down to the love of the university, having pride in wanting to play for the school, and just being a winner. And I'm not saying you're necessarily a loser if you don't play in these games, but a lot of people have lost that sense of pride, in my opinion, to want to play one last time, and they prioritize their self-interest over others, of course. So
you look at that as the player perspective, as you just did. What about from the team perspective, as Notre Dame comes out and says, not just a few of our upperclassmen guys who are going to the draft, they're going to sit out this bowl game, but we're taking our name entirely away from the bowl game scenario. We're not playing a bowl game because we didn't make the playoff. That's never happened.
I don't
before.
understand it
Well,
personally.
see, to me, I feel like it takes away from the experience. Because, college football in our lifetimes has always been, about tradition, about family and pride. To me, seeing them opt out of this bowl game makes me feel like, they made that decision without talking to the kids first. They're just, agitated that, they got left out for, the right reasons.
Yeah, but it's also like in Notre Dame's case specifically, it's just a lot of whining.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen a team overreact like this. Maybe like UCF
when they won the national championship,
when they went undefeated, but they went undefeated. They didn't lose a game. They didn't start 0-2.
Yeah.
So it's like Even they had a better case.
And their schedule is probably tougher.
Yeah, probably. And then you have Notre Dame. They're saying the ACC screwed them. They're having like a real tumultuous relationship right now. I don't understand that because you're not even in the conference. I mean, you're in the conference in some other sports like basketball. You're in the ACC.
Well, they do have a deal with the ACC where they play a certain amount of games, football related, that type of deal. But they're not in the conference, but they do play like 5 ACC teams in their season.
They're not a part of it. They don't bring the conference money themselves. Like last year's a big deal when they made a deep run in the playoff. They got all the money from that. It didn't have to go to a conference. And I mean, I don't necessarily blame them, but then when they lose games, then they start complaining. Now they're pointing fingers at everyone but themselves for losing. Of course, the ACC is going to want to prioritize advocating for putting in Miami over Notre Dame. Why wouldn't they? So I don't understand the perspective of as a team quitting the bowl game.
Yeah.
Unless it was unanimous. Everyone wanted to not play it, but I don't understand that. It seems more of just like a immature kind of deal, in my opinion.
We'll see. They're probably just mad that they're missing out on that money. Like True. They would have even won a single playoff game anyway, but,
I mean, who knows? I think the solution isn't to, make it a 16-team playoff. I think the solution needs to be where you have, like March Madness does, you have play-in games to fill out the last 2 seeds of the playoffs. And another thing with the whole BYU not making it, Alabama being in, Alabama does not need to be penalized for losing a conference championship game, in my opinion. The only difference between Alabama and BYU in this scenario is that 1 through 10 was basically decided last week in the playoff reveal. Not
except for
Miami.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, except Notre Dame and Miami. But BYU wasn't in, like they were listed as the first team out. So they would have to win their conference championship to be in. Yeah. So BYU and Alabama was ranked number 9. Oh, they got blown out by Georgia. Why didn't they drop? Why are they staying at number 9? Well, you can't penalize a team that's already considered, in the playoffs. You can't take them out because they lose conference championship.
You need some nuance though. They did look pretty bad though versus Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point there's going to be even a worse game where there's someone in the hunt and like within the playoff and they go and do a conference championship and they lose, but it's going to be even worse. At what point do you draw the line of like how bad a team looks, even if it's in one of those scenarios where you can't punish them? It's like Alabama looked awful, and they've looked bad even the past month. They lost to Oklahoma. They've cut games close, like with Auburn. I know it's competitive SEC play, but it's like they looked really bad. They scored 1 touchdown versus Georgia. I mean, I know Georgia looked good, but I mean, this isn't the same Alabama team that had really good momentum after that horrendous loss to Florida State. So, I mean, you can't punish them, but it's like,
well, here at this point, the season becomes a 1-week season. So you win, you advance from here on out. But as far as the bracket as a whole, it's the collective season for each team. And with Alabama, they've been struggling a little bit lately. They didn't look good this last weekend, but there was a point in the season where they won 4 straight ranked games against ranked opponents, and at least 2 of those, maybe 3, were on the road, including at Georgia, including at home against Tennessee, at home against Vanderbilt, and the other one was I'm losing it now. I can't remember what the 4th one was. But anyways, you get it. You get it. I mean, so as far as the Alabama-BYU conversation goes, that's why I feel the way I feel. But, like, as far as the playoff committee goes, you have rules that have been set in place, right? You have the things like head-to-head. You have the things like strength of schedule that all go into consideration. And the main thing that's kind of screwed them this year is the rule of the top 5 conference champions get an automatic bid. And because of the way we saw the ACC kind of screw themselves just here at the last part of the season, that whole conference, like one thing that can be fixed is the tiebreaker scenarios in each conference where you don't have a 7-5 Duke in the ACC championship game over a 10-2 Miami.
And they're now the champions.
That should never happen. That should never happen.
I was actually rooting for Duke because I love the chaos. Did y'all watch that game?
Yeah, no, it was chaotic.
That was an awesome game too. I thought me and Griffin, when we were texting in the group chat, I was like, it's a Duke choke job loading. Because they were up like 20-10, and then all of a sudden Virginia comes storming back. But that was a really entertaining game. And it's so funny. We'll always look back 2025. ACC will not be the top of the priority when you're looking back at the season, but it'll be funny like, hey, the ACC champion was an 8-5 Duke team. That's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah. I also do have to be paying attention to the chat as we do this. I'm not used to that yet. Shout out Kyle and Amber in the chat. Kyle says, if you're not winning, you're losing. Tell you that much. So
he said, watch those lips, too.
Yeah, he did.
Jeez, man. Okay.
So the chat is apparent. I'll be paying attention to that. But, yeah, so you fix it with the conference tiebreakers. You need to fix that. But with the top 5 conference champions getting an automatic bid, that being a rule, then you see 2 teams from the group of 5 schools, since the ACC kind of screwed themselves out of the picture. You see JMU, you see Tulane make it in, and we'll get to the official bracket here in just a second, but I don't necessarily think that is an issue, but I also do feel that the playoff committee, given these rules, given that they have to put only 12 teams in, given the rules, I think this is like the best they could have done. And whenever BYU does, they're not in the top 10, they're not in the playoffs, they're the first team out, because they weren't ranked in the top 10, you move them back, and now you've got Notre Dame and Miami right next to each other. So another rule comes into play. You've got the head-to-head. Miami won the head-to-head over Notre Dame. And so Miami, same record, damn near the same strength of schedule and everything like that. All the stats align. You look at that, and Miami has to go in over Notre Dame. And there's only one more spot left.
Yeah.
So Notre Dame gets screwed out. But if they're in the ACC, they're more than likely in the ACC title game. They're going to get a tiebreaker over Duke. And they would probably more than likely beat Virginia. And so they would have an automatic bid. But, yeah, a lot of people not happy. Well,
I think it's also another thing with the 12 best teams did not make it in.
Correct.
A lot of people
I agree with
are
that.
complaining about that's just not the case. Like a playoff, you would think it's the 12 best teams. That's how it is in literally every other sport too. NBA, it's the top seeds. College basketball, it's the teams that get in that they're the best. But with this, it's like you're making special rules for every conference, and I don't know. It's just like it's not the 12 best teams, so it's not going to be right regardless. So
You know how I think you fix that? What if
you do a computer model
yeah
that has all the stats laid out together. It factors in strength of schedule, wins, ranked wins, losses, and everything. And it gets the top 1 and 2 seed. And those 2 teams.
Yeah, I had a feeling I knew what you were talking about.
they play out for a national championship. Would that work good?
Yeah, no, that would work good. I don't think that's ever been done before, has it?
Didn't they not do that for like 40 years?
But then also,
maybe they
isn't
did.
Analytics gotten a lot better too? And like,
yeah, and AI. Actually, you know what? What we could do is ask ChatGPT who the 12 best teams are in college football. Let me just do that real quick.
Okay.
Who are the
There's also this thing called this Associated Press. They did this thing where they do the top 25 teams, and what you could do in that is actually take the first 12.
Yeah.
And make the playoff based off of that too. Couldn't you?
Yeah. You could do that.
Is that so? Because like what purpose does that ranking serve? Like is that the 12 best or the 25 best teams according to the AP? If it is, then if you did a playoff and you wanted to have your whole thing make it the 12 best teams, you could take the first 12 of that, and that could actually be a good solution. I'm just saying. Maybe I sound crazy. I don't know.
GPT didn't help me out. They just listed me the top 12 of the college football playoff rankings. So
see, AI doesn't work.
Yeah.
No, if you had a model or something in there to actually calculate everything, or just went off the AP, like literally, is that not what we use the whole season to gauge how good teams are?
Yeah, well, what I was gonna get on, what I was getting to was
sorry about
one
that
way.
bit.
No, you're good. One way to fix everything, and this is kind of a bit in my own part. What if instead of 4 power conferences, we had 5?
Yeah.
What about that?
Let's break their brains even more than it's already been broken.
Let's get Notre Dame, or let's take USC, let's take UCLA, Oregon, Washington. Let me think. Who is Washington State? You could say Oregon State,
Cal,
Stanford. Let's take those schools and put them in their own conference on the West Coast. How about that, boys?
And we'll name it the Pac-12.
Dude,
it's like
that
a
is
pack.
perfect.
Yeah, because it's like a pack of teams.
And the Pac can stand for Pacific Athletic Conference.
Yeah.
Holy shit, boys, we're on to something.
And what's crazy, then you wouldn't have these California teams in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Yeah, flying 3,000 miles to play a game.
Yeah, because
not just for football, but basketball, soccer, whatever else, track and field.
And then, wow, dude, it's actually getting crazier. But wow, I mean, I don't even know what. I'm speechless.
So then, what you would have though is you'd have more than likely the SEC champion, Big Ten champion, ACC champion, maybe not this year, but who knows. Then maybe a group of 5 team gets in. And then you have the Big 12 champion and the Pac-12 champion. Okay? And if one of those is ranked lower than, Tulane or James Madison, then they can get in. Yeah. But, I mean, hey, that's my solution.
We're just spitballing here. We don't know what we're talking about. Wow. These are great minds battling it out right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So as we break into the actual college football bracket, let me get fancy real quick. This is the bracket right here, okay? We've got James Madison and Oregon. We've got Alabama and Oklahoma, a game that we've seen already this year. We've got Tulane and Ole Miss, and then Miami and Texas A&M. All right. How do we feel about this bracket right here, boys?
Well, there's already a rematch in there too.
There's two rematches.
Yeah. Because you got Tulane and Ole Miss. That's the one that stands out to me the most because Ole Miss already put the belt to ass earlier in the year.
Well, see, I'm fully expecting that again.
And I'm expecting Alabama by the grace of their football god to beat Oklahoma.
Yeah, I would like to see that as well.
It seems like that's how something would play out in an Alabama top season.
Yeah. So also we have these. The first round is set. Okay, we know who's moving on to play. Or we don't know who is moving on just yet, but we see the winner of this team will play. The 4 teams on a bye, and when you take a look at these matchups real quick, let's bring it back up. Name me the most intriguing matchup out of this. So like I said, Oregon, James Madison, Alabama, Oklahoma, Tulane and Ole Miss, and Miami and Texas A&M.
Miami, Texas A&M.
Yeah.
What's the most exciting matchup?
That one, Miami, Texas A&M.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now what's the second most exciting?
Alabama, Oklahoma.
Okay. All right. Just making sure that we're all together on this one. So now let's look at this. This is a layout of who's playing who and at what time, what channel you can watch it on. What time slots do you think? So we got a Friday night game, and then we got a triple header on Saturday. 12 o'clock kickoff, 3:30, and then 7:30. What are the two most important time slots in that?
So basically, if we were to plan it out, what would we?
Yeah,
do?
exactly.
Okay, so if I was to
Let's
plan
take
it
this
out,
off real quick.
personally, if I was to plan it out, I would probably put the Texas A&M Miami game on like a Friday night.
Okay.
So that'd be a primetime slot for Friday.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, what would be like 12, 3:30, and then like
7:30.
Yeah. So if I did like the 12, I'd probably do the Tulane Ole Miss game.
As you should, yes.
Then I'd do the Oregon James Madison matchup. Then I'd in the night with the Alabama Oklahoma rematch. It's an SEC rematch. It was a really good game, in the regular season. So.
Well, see, I'd flip flop it around a little bit. I'd say Tulane Ole Miss be the Friday night game.
That's fair.
That's a good
JMU
fair.
Oregon be the noon game.
Okay.
Then Alabama Oklahoma at 3:30, and then Texas A&M.
I like that.
Miami.
I like that, Griff.
I like that.
And you know why I like that? Because there are two very important games, and you can flip-flop them between Friday night and Saturday afternoon at 3:30, in my opinion.
Part of me might take the JMU Oregon thing back because Pacific time zone, 3 hours back.
True.
They would be starting that game at 9 a.m. local time. That might be a bad idea.
Okay, then maybe put them Friday night.
Yeah.
But like I said, Friday night and Saturday afternoon at 3:30, I feel like are kind of similar.
Yeah.
And then you obviously have the Saturday night needs to be the biggest matchup.
Yeah.
So let's pull this bracket or this graphic back up real quick, boys. Friday night, Alabama, Oklahoma, primetime game. Big matchup. Okay.
I don't have a problem with that.
Checks a box.
Yeah.
Noon on Saturday, Miami, Texas A&M, Kyle Field.
Wow. That's at Kyle Field?
In Texas A&M.
Bro, what are we doing?
We'll see. Are they going to pull the thing where Kirk and Reese commentate 2 of the games? Is that why they're doing this?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Because that's what it looks like to me, that they're going to be doing the Oklahoma Alabama game Friday night, then flying to Texas.
And they can do that. They
Yeah.
can do that. But put the Miami Texas A&M game in a primetime slot, please.
Yeah, was this the Big Ten? Why are we doing a 12 o'clock big matchup?
And then you have what I feel are the most important time slot, and give or take the second most important time slot. 3:30 Saturday and 7:30 Saturday. Tulane at Ole Miss. James Madison at Oregon.
That's the end of the night. That's the nightcap.
That's the nightcap. And like Griff said, I mean, I get it. You have the time difference. If you want to put
But that's the only game within time constraints.
If you want to put the Oregon James Madison game on Friday night, I think that's great.
Yeah.
High school football, perfect. That's what it is. Then you take the Tulane and Ole Miss game and you put that at the noon game on Saturday. Because everybody's, just getting their day going, got a nice another little high school football.
And it's probably going to turn out the same way it did in the regular season.
Exactly. And these are the two least competitive games is what I'm getting at.
Exactly.
And then you have, give or take, I would probably put Alabama, Oklahoma in the 3:30 slot.
Yeah.
And then I'd save the biggest game slot for Miami and Texas A&M, because that is the most intriguing matchup. These two teams have not played ACC, SEC, college football playoffs. Who's the better team? And Texas A&M is going to have an advantage being at home, Kyle Field. But I just feel like this is the easiest layup possible. Now, maybe I'm missing something. Chat, please tell me if I am missing something. But they absolutely botched this.
Notre Dame fans are not going to watch this game.
Well, see, my thing
Right.
is, even last year they botched it. Because remember, Penn State SMU, a whiteout game was at noon, and then I can't remember any of the other ones off the top
That's
of my
how
head.
forgettable
but
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you had Indiana and Notre Dame right on a night game.
That
for
was
Friday.
that was a Friday
night.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a Friday game. I don't remember
I remember
exactly.
Shane Gillis was there.
I think it was Saturday was Penn State SMU
Yeah.
to start the day, and then you had not Georgia. I don't know.
But
Doesn't
then
really matter.
Tennessee, Ohio State ended the night.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did forget about that one. That was one game
That's
I
one we
about.
choose not to think about a lot around here.
So if we take a look though, who do we think is moving on? Let's go ahead and give our predictions. I don't have the spread or anything up.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I can pull that up actually. So first game Friday night, we have Alabama and Oklahoma.
So last week, me and Skylar, sorry Griffin, we called it correctly, right, for Georgia to win the SEC championship.
Hey, I'll admit, you can't, just like Texas last year losing to Georgia, what was it, 3 times?
Yeah.
Or 2 times?
Well, in the last 16 months, it's been like 3 times.
It's so difficult to beat a team twice.
Yeah.
Very true.
It is. Well,
So
especially
I'll admit that. But,
well, also you could kind of see how Alabama has been playing over the last course of the month compared to Georgia. Looked pretty good. It seems like Georgia kept going on the up, and Alabama was like kind of teetering down a little bit. But regardless, me and Skylar, we chose Georgia. If you had chosen Georgia, Alabama probably would have won. Yeah. But that's not how it worked out. Yeah. So Alabama, Oklahoma, it's a rematch. Oklahoma ended up beating Alabama by 2 points in the regular season. It was a very close game. Oklahoma's defense.
Alabama did miss a field goal in that game.
As it always does, there's always like a missed field goal, and there's always really good defense with Oklahoma. I don't know. I don't see them dragging Alabama down again, though, personally. I just don't know. Like you said, it's hard to beat a team twice. And the fact that they barely did it, they needed help from Alabama's self-infliction of missing a field goal. I think there was like a fumble or an interception, too, in there, which they have a good defense, but that's really self-inflicted. So give me Alabama, probably covered by like a touchdown, I'd say. It's going to be competitive, 2 really good SEC teams. So that's what I think.
I'm guessing the line's 3.5.
The line is Alabama minus 1.5 at Oklahoma.
Wow. That's
and
close.
we see 53% of the money on Alabama, 54% of the bets on Alabama. So who are y'all taking? Early predictions?
I take Alabama to flat out win.
Okay. Griff?
See, I want to take Alabama in a close one, but I got a feeling you're going to also say Alabama, so then we're...
Just be however you feel. Just say it, because...
Give me Bama by a field goal.
It may be scrappy, maybe that close kind of scrappy SEC game. It may not be that high scoring either. I mean,
I see this as like a 13-12 type of game. But
4 field goals, a field goal a quarter.
We did see Ty Simpson hook up with Ryan Williams a few times in the SEC championship game, so maybe that's something.
Egregious missed catch by Ryan Williams.
Yeah, we've seen that.
But
quite
he did
a bit.
that spinny catchy thing last year.
So we have.
First of all, did you see Kirk Herbstreit kind of just go in on Ryan Williams?
No,
he wasn't like mean or aggressive, but he was like, I never felt like Ryan Williams had those wide receiver hands that can catch the ball.
Oh,
it was like, dang, bro, what
Stop.
are we? But to be fair, on the replay, it was awful. Like the ball came through and he just missed it. It hit his chest. It looked like from Mean Girls when she threw that ball, hit her right in the face. But it was egregious. I just feel like Alabama is going to have to prove to themselves in this game. I feel like they're going to want to bounce back really hard. So that's why I feel like Alabama is going to win.
Well, see, like I said in the chat, my dad's still in the get rid of DeBoer.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
He's still on it.
Yeah, and if we look at the chat, we see
I got Oklahoma. Amber does.
Kyle says Alabama takes it the second go around.
I agree.
Amber says I got Oklahoma. I will take Alabama in this one, but would not surprise me if Oklahoma won that for sure.
It'll be a close, scrappy battle, I think.
Yeah.
Unless Alabama just comes out with something to prove automatically, and they have their first 2 drives set up how they want to do it, kind of how Tennessee did it in 2022. Alex Golesh would just have the plays written down what he's going to run. Alabama's going to have to be very surgical and tactical. So, give me Alabama by a touchdown.
So then we got Miami and Texas A&M in this one. So the winner of the Alabama-Oklahoma game would go on to play Indiana. That'll be in the Rose Bowl, 4 o'clock on New Year's Day. Who do you think would – I guess this is getting too ahead of ourselves.
This is hypothetical. Indiana, Oklahoma, that would be a pretty good game.
Yeah, I think each one would be. But second game of the slate will start noon on Saturday. It'll be Miami at Texas A&M. Aggies -3.5 point favorite. So if this was on a neutral side, it'd be a pick'em game. Might favor Miami just a tad if it was neutral. But Kyle Field, how do we feel about this one, boys?
Well, we've seen Miami go down and lose to teams they have no business losing to, like an away environment and at home. They lost to Louisville at home. Who else did they lose to? SMU?
On the road at SMU,
Yeah.
overtime loss.
So we've seen them go down and play down to their competition. But also, I mean, at the beginning of the year, they beat Notre Dame by what, like a field goal or touchdown?
27-24, week 1.
And then didn't Texas A&M beat Notre Dame by?
The very next week by 1 point. There was some, I can't exactly remember how it happened. I think Notre Dame returned a kickoff that got called back.
Okay.
And then might have gone for 2 for the win or missed an extra point at some point in that game, and they lost by 1 point.
But regardless, each team played each team pretty close.
Yeah.
Each team played Notre Dame pretty close is what I mean. So it kind of depends on what version of Miami we get. If Miami comes out, and I feel like since they're playing higher competition, they're not going to obviously play down like they did to Louisville and SMU. So, wow, I do like Miami as an offensive team, and their defense is pretty good, isn't it, compared to what it has been? So, God. Oh, it's so hard. Give me Miami.
See, I was going to say, I know A&M's been on my crap list since they got lucky and came back against South Carolina. Give me Miami.
Miami, for real?
The thing was, South Carolina wasn't even playing that good. It was Texas A&M was so bad that game, and they still came back in the second half. I mean, that's incredible.
So,
what do you think, Skylar?
I mean, this is just a tough one. This is just a tough one because we've seen Texas A&M go 11-0 and then really crap the bed against Texas. A game that quarterback Reed was hurt a little bit, but he was playing through it.
They've had rest too because of that.
They've had rest. They didn't make it to the championship game. Miami's on a 4-game winning streak. They looked very impressive against Pitt in a game that a lot of people were picking Pitt to upset Miami because Miami was in a spot that they always get upset in.
When they're on the precipice of making a playoff. Yeah.
That and, with it being an away game on the road in the cold at Pittsburgh. So they came out and looked dominant in that game. And that was a week after Pitt knocked Georgia Tech out of, the ACC championship contender spot. But, yeah, so I'll take Miami with the points plus 3.5. It's probably going to be a dogfight. It's probably going to be real close. Texas A&M is probably not going to score the 40 points a game that they're used to scoring. It'll be kind of like them against Texas, but they capitalize on a little bit more opportunities than they did in that game. But I'll take Miami with the points plus 3.5 in that one.
Well, see, I could fully eat my words on this one, but Marcel Reed just didn't look good towards the end of that Texas game.
Yeah.
He just looked too shaken up, which, I mean, the time off could definitely help A&M in this case.
Or rust. You never know.
Yeah, but this will be where we see both teams with the same amount of rest going into a battle against each other. But
the thing is, they've built on inertia of winning the 4 games, and the last game Texas A&M played was a loss. And an ugly one too. So it's like it's going to be they're going to have to come in mentally clear, and each team will be actually because they've not really been in the spot, right? Isn't this the first playoff they've been in?
For both teams, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. It's going to be. I think it's going to be a good game. If I try not to use benchmarks like saying Notre Dame each game they played was pretty close. But I feel like that is a pretty good indicator of both the teams' talent and capabilities. So, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a close one. It's not gonna be a blowout either way.
Yeah. So then we take a look at the next game: Tulane at Ole Miss, 3:30 on the 20th. Minus 16.5 for Ole Miss. No Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, that's
How
crazy.
do we feel about that?
I think they're gonna be A-OK.
Did he take any of his offensive staff with him? I'm just curious.
I'm not exactly sure.
It's not been clear.
Yeah. I haven't looked into it a whole lot. Minus 16.5 for Ole Miss.
They still have the talent, though. It's not like
he hadn't taken any players just yet. It's still the same team. So
and see, everybody was pumped at the DC, the defensive coordinator. I can't remember.
Even
his
Lane
name,
Kiffin,
Golding.
He posted on his story. Do y'all follow him on Instagram?
No, I don't.
He posted. He was like, "This is a great hire." So I mean, everything seems cordial on his end, but he's the one that broke up with him.
Yeah. I mean, Tulane's had a good year. I think they're probably the most deserving Group of 5 school in there.
It's like Kobe Bryant telling Iman Shumpert. Have you seen that story?
Yeah, what'd he say, though?
He said Shumpert was locking him down. Or no, Shumpert said he had a good game against him. Like he stole the ball a few times. And as the fourth quarter started, Kobe looked at him and was like, "You had a good game." And then he does like a pump fake shot off the glass pass to Pau Gasol for a mid jumper. He was pulling up from 35 feet, banking it off the glass on some Steph Curry shit.
He's like, "What is bro doing?"
Yeah. Is that what Ole Miss is going to tell Tulane? You had a good season. You
Yeah.
had a good game.
Well, see, I feel like every single player that is still in that program is probably angry beyond.
Have you seen their tweets?
No.
So I don't know if y'all been keeping up with it, but Lane was saying we unanimously, I cannot say that word today. We unanimously agreed that we wanted Lane Kiffin to coach through the playoffs. But then the players have been retweeting that because Lane tweeted that out in his statement.
Yeah.
And there's been like reports of them saying that as well. And they said, if anyone is in that locker room, y'all know that was not the case. So the players did not want him coaching if he was going to leave mid-season.
Really?
Yeah. So it's probably a good thing that he's out and the players can get behind the new coach.
Yeah.
See, I have a feeling people are going to think that Ole Miss is going to fall off. I think the opposite.
You think this is a spot where they like gather together and grow stronger in the absence of their coach?
Imagine that. Imagine they win the title.
Yeah, I mean, you see, that'll be good for Lane Kiffin's pockets too. Is he's getting paid $150K for each time Ole Miss steps on the field from here on out this season. But you think about like coaches getting fired. You think about like, I mean, Penn State, for example. No, I guess it was UCLA that fired their coach and then came back and beat Penn State. That's what it was when they still had Drew Aller. I'm not sure. I think that was before James Franklin even got fired.
Yeah. That was the reason why.
Yeah,
true.
No,
there's that. And
that was
then
the
Northwestern.
Before,
the game after he got fired.
Yeah.
Right.
So you see many times where teams really grow stronger in the absence of somebody that they lose. And this could be I do see that happening. I feel like 16.5 is a lot of points.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the final score was in that.
45-10, I think.
Let's see. Ole Miss.
Let's make the line 35.
Yeah. Well,
so if it was 45-10, then that's a pretty generous.
Yeah, 45-10 was the line. So I mean, that was at Ole Miss, and we'll see it at Ole Miss in Oxford once again. Did y'all see that Tulane and North Texas game, by the way?
See, I was watching bits and pieces, but I was paying attention to.
It was
Boise
7-7. Yeah, it was
I was paying
7.
attention to James Madison and Troy too.
It was 7-7. At some point in the second quarter, like 8 or 9 minutes to go, and North Texas was driving, and then they got sacked. And on the very next play, they threw a check down to the running back, who looked like he was about to run for a first down, and then just got popped and fumbled. And Tulane picked it up, ran it most of the way back to the end zone, and then like 2 plays later they score, and then it was just a rout after that. I was really pulling for North Texas in that because then we'd see the mean green in the college football playoff and not Tulane. But I'm a big North Texas mean green guy. I started
See, their quarterback's a dog.
He is. They have the best offense in the country this year, and I think it was like NCAA 12. I started a dynasty with North Texas, and I've just always had a special place in my heart for the mean
I was
green.
rooting for USF this year, but I mean, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I think we all agree Ole Miss is going to win this one pretty convincingly.
Yeah.
16.5 points seems like a lot, but when you look at that previous matchup,
That's what I'm saying. It's pretty generous.
Yeah.
it's giving them 20 or 19 extra points at least.
Yeah. So then the final game of round 1, we will see James Madison and Oregon. Oregon, can y'all guess the line in this one?
I'm going to say over-under is probably like 55.
Over-under is 50.5. What about the spread?
I'm going to say 17.5.
What about you, Jacob?
I don't know anything about any of these teams.
21.5 points for
wow. So
for
they
Oregon.
think it's going to be worse. Than, Wow.
We'll see. I imagine it's probably going to be a blowout. No disrespect to James Madison, but
it's just that
they set you up to fail.
I'm sure there's no offense taken, but
yeah, but it's just a Sun Belt team, like compared to a Big Ten.
They're making them go play in the cold.
Yeah, Sun Belt about to get the belt, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So Oregon, I think we all agree, Oregon and Ole Miss are pretty much locks to move forward. We're leaning towards Miami in that one against Texas A&M, and Alabama in their game at Oklahoma. Griff, you said Oklahoma, right? Is that right?
I said Alabama.
You said Alabama? Who said Oklahoma?
I think it's
close.
It was the
chat. It was the chat said
I think Alabama's going to barely – I think they're going to win this time.
Yeah. So we'll see. There's a lot to look forward to in that aspect of things. And we'll take one more look at the bracket. Obviously, couple games we saw this weekend. We mentioned the Alabama-Georgia SEC Championship. Texas Tech just routed BYU for the second time. Indiana.
I still don't think BYU should have been in. I know you'd have a different opinion.
Well, see, my solution to that is Notre Dame, you're playing a bowl game, and it's against BYU. There you go. There's a solution.
Yeah. Well, I think that would prove even more why BYU did not make it in because Notre Dame would kill BYU.
Yeah.
But we can all agree on that one for sure. So then we didn't mention just yet the Indiana and Ohio State Big Ten Championship game Saturday night.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that one? Indiana wins 13-10. The two times Ohio State has played a number 1 or number 2 team, they scored 14 points against Texas and 10 points against Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, we know Texas wasn't really a true number 1 team, but
looking back on it,
you got to give Indiana's defense some credit.
Oh
they got some dogs.
I mean, I also saw a post that said Kirk Cignetti is truly running college football dynasty mode.
Of real life.
Yeah, real life, because he coached at James Madison. They had their 2 best years. It kind of put them in this position to be a team that could make the college football playoff as a group of 5. But he was 2 years there, did very good, turned that program around, went to Indiana, and he's undefeated this year, lost 3 games last year.
Yeah.
And just beat Ohio State for the Big Ten Championship. Number 1 seed going into the playoffs. I like Kirk Cignetti. I like Indiana. But as far as who we have left remaining, no Tennessee Volunteers. We haven't mentioned anything about them just yet, which is probably the longest we've gone in an episode without mentioning the Vols.
It's a new record.
We'll get to them here in just a second. Big bowl game, Music City Bowl coming up. But out of these 12 teams, each of us are going to name one team that we either see winning it all or we're maybe pulling for it to win it all.
Okay.
I'm already.
Yeah, Griffin go.
Go ahead, Griff.
This might be a hot take, but I've got Texas Tech winning it all.
And you've said Texas Tech for a few weeks now at least.
Their defense it looks legit.
Yeah.
And that's what you need because they have a good offense.
Yeah.
Especially good.
My only thing with Texas Tech is we haven't really seen them play great competition. They lost to Arizona State, and they've beaten BYU twice.
Wasn't their quarterback injured for that one, though?
I'm not exactly sure.
I think he was.
I think their quarterback did miss one game.
And I think that was it, actually.
Well, then, okay.
But I'm just saying, regardless, they beat BYU handedly each time. And that was the closest comp in that conference. So it is going to be interesting to see who they play, though. Is it Oregon, James Madison?
Yeah.
Is that
they
the bracket?
play the winner of that game.
Yeah, let's pull a bracket back.
So basically, the Oregon, Texas Tech.
Yeah.
So, Oregon and Texas Tech, more than likely. Then Indiana will play the winner of Alabama, Oklahoma. Georgia, the winner of Ole Miss and Tulane. If it's Ole Miss, that's a game that we've seen before. Georgia won at home. Pretty crazy game, back and forth. Georgia came back there late. And then Ohio State would play the winner of Miami and Texas A&M. So
So you got Texas Tech.
Yeah.
You're excited to watch. I'm excited to watch Indiana personally.
Indiana.
I mean, I don't know if they'll do the best. I just don't want to say I'm excited to watch Georgia play. I'm more excited to watch Indiana play, the winner of that.
See, Georgia's the one I'm worried about. Mm-hmm. I got a bad feeling they're going to end up in the Natty somehow.
They look good in that SEC championship.
I mean, they've earned it. I've said many times in my life that I'm so tired of seeing Alabama win. And then I'm
tired of seeing Georgia win.
Yeah,
a red team.
As Georgia was just dismantling Alabama this weekend, I'm just like, I'm so tired of seeing Georgia win, man.
But honestly, I'm kind of happy. I was honestly, I hate to say this, but I was kind of happy for Georgia to beat Alabama.
Well, see, that's the first time they've beat Alabama in an SEC championship game.
Yeah, like I think they had one win previously on them in the regular season a few years ago.
Yeah.
But I was kind of happy to see them win just because I hate Alabama so much, and Georgia has not won that game versus them. So
yeah, and I will say, do kind of have personal ties related to Alabama, no pun intended with the ties, but I would think Alabama's probably a team I'm pulling for. Them and probably Miami, more personal ties, I guess you could say, but
because you're the quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
You need to put a Carson Beck graphic next time on the live.
Yeah, I'll just I'll have a Carson Beck picture, and I'll just have it like right here in the frame where it's just.
Or just make an AI. If you put like an AI model onto it, it won't change anything.
Yeah. So a lot to look forward to. I'm really excited. Like I said, I feel like the College Football Playoff Committee did it right with what they had
within their parameters that they set.
Yeah, correct.
Whether those parameters need to be changed is a different convo.
And I do feel like we should start having play-in games. You have teams, 11 through 14. Pair them up, 11 versus 14, 12 versus 13. Let them go at it for the final 2 spots.
See, I don't want to be this guy, but part of me wants to make that the group of 5s weigh in.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm getting at,
I want to root for these schools, but they end up getting blown out.
Yeah. And we'll also get to see this year how much it actually does affect the team that has the bye week, because we saw last year in the playoffs, all 4 teams that had the first round bye ended up losing. Now, one was Boise State, one was Arizona State. Arizona State played Texas, Boise State played Penn State. Kind of saw the writing on the wall for those games. Yeah. But then you have Oregon just get blown out by Ohio State, who played Tennessee and blew them out. Yeah. And then who was the 4th one?
Didn't Georgia lose?
Notre Dame beat Georgia. That's what it was. Yeah. So.
But like, what if they play a conference championship and then they have to play a play-in game? Like, would that? You'd have to make it where you don't do one or the other. Yeah. Because like that's just too much just to get in.
What you could do, kind of to Griff's point too, is have James Madison and Tulane give the shot by having a play-in game and match them up with Notre Dame and Vanderbilt or so. And so then I think that's the best way to find, or a better way, maybe not the best way, but it's a better way to find the 12 best teams for this college football playoff, because everybody in this room, everybody in the country knows James Madison and Tulane are not.
They're not better than Vanderbilt.
They're not.
I don't think
2 of the 12 best teams.
Tennessee.
To be fair.
Yeah. So I guess we can break off a nice little segue into the Music City Bowl. We've got Tennessee going to Nashville to take on Illinois.
We had some little bit of breaking news per Griffin. Tim Banks, or Tom Hanks, whichever one you want to refer to him as, has been fired.
Yeah.
They have parted ways. Tennessee has parted ways with defensive coordinator Tim Banks. This comes after an egregious loss to Vanderbilt. What was it, 45-24?
Yeah.
Horrendous game. Bad season in general. Didn't help that some of the vets were injured and chose to set out for the remainder of the season even if they were healthy, like Jermod McCoy. Very unfortunate, but you saw what he was able to do with veteran presence last year. He had a really good defense, but was that him, or was that just the fact that, like you said, Skylar, we had some dogs? So was that he kind of got and obviously you can see this year when he had the people that we recruited, the youngins we recruited, it didn't go good. So
yeah,
the fan base is very happy. The caption on one of them said, "We are free," with an orange emoji. It's like, we're really happy to see him gone. I wish nothing but the best for him, but I think it's time for a change.
Is Josh gonna promote from within, or are we gonna go get us somebody?
That's
my biggest question.
That'll obviously remain to be seen. But I do think that this reminds me of my Green Bay Packers. Okay, and what I mean by that is the last year with Aaron Rodgers, first year with Jordan Love, we had the same defensive coordinator. His name is Joe Barry. Now, Joe Barry was letting up 25 to 30 points a game, while Green Bay was trying to just keep their head above water with a brand new starting quarterback in the end of Aaron Rodgers. And there were games like Green Bay and Carolina where it was just a shootout. Green Bay won like 35 to 33 or something like that.
Yeah.
Bryce Young's best game in his career at the time, in his first or second year starting, and he's lighting our defense up because we're playing 10, 15 yards off the ball.
Yeah.
And not necessarily saying that's what Tim Banks was doing.
I have some stats for you if you're interested.
I would like to hear those here in just a second. But what we did was we fired Joe Barry, and then I'm the general manager, but we fired Joe Barry and we went out and got Jeff Hafley, who was the head coach of Boston College. He did great things there. He had a very good defense. He's a defensive-minded guy. We hired him as our defensive coordinator, and in the last 2 seasons, Green Bay has had a top 10 defense. Well, we do this year for sure, adding Micah Parsons, at least top 15 last year. But Green Bay has turned their whole franchise around in the last couple years. Not saying we weren't making the playoffs before, but now we're in contention for the 1 seed. We have a top 5 defense in the league.
Seed.
We did just beat the 1 seed, but the Rams are the 1 seed now.
Yeah, because of that, but yeah.
Yeah, and we did take over the NFC North for sure. But we'll get to play Chicago again in a couple weeks. But Jacob, that's just kind of what I was thinking when we brought up this Tim Banks situation. So we need to go out and find the guy. Who is going to be the guy? Don't know just
Coach
yet.
O.
We'll see.
John Gruden.
Okay, I like it.
My thing is, you see Ohio State's defensive coordinator is Matt Patricia, of all people, a former NFL head coach. We need to go out and get somebody.
0-16, but yeah.
Well, forget I said that. But,
forgive me.
You understand what I'm saying,
the one time he was the NFL head coach, he did coach the Lions and they sucked. But that's not necessarily his fault.
It's the Lions.
Yeah.
You saw it. I mean, it's had a bit of culture.
I just feel like we need to go out and get somebody that knows what they're doing.
That's
a good point.
I like that. I love that. Yeah.
I like that.
Awesome.
All right, go ahead and read those stats off.
Yeah. Well, just real quick, just for some more context, it says Banks' defense finished the year ranked 88th in the country in yards and against. Gave up almost 30 points a game on average. Last year, he led the shutdown unit, which, let's give him props. He did lead that team last year. That was the reason we were winning a lot of these games, too.
Yeah.
We would drag teams down and do that. But otherwise, that was an outlier compared to the other seasons. So that's just a few little stats for you. Yeah. 30 points a game, and you saw what Vanderbilt did to us. Like, there was the thing what got me, I think, was the worst. It seemed like there was never any adjustment mid-game.
Yeah.
We'd have a bad first half, and like for example with the Vandy game, but it was tied regardless. We had 2 interceptions, and it was tied regardless. That's not great, but the game is 0-0 at that point. You would think he would have gone to halftime, make an adjustment to where you wouldn't let Diego Pavia carve up your defense.
Yeah.
And just always bringing too much pressure. Like, I do love pressure. I do love a blitz, but whenever you're bringing it on 3rd down and they're converting these like 3rd and 15s, that's an issue. That's a coaching issue. That's a play calling issue.
Especially when it's a scramble.
Yeah.
Like
Mississippi or Arkansas is what stands out to me. Remember that one? I think Taylon Green is the quarterback for Arkansas. It was like a 3rd and 15, and he like ran back because we brought too much pressure. He ran back and went on the sideline. Yes, it was a good play by him, but it was also, if we had like a spy or something, it would have been a better outcome. So
yeah. Well, I don't even think you got to go back to the Arkansas game to find times where a quarterback was lighting us up.
Yeah.
You go back to the Vanderbilt game just a couple weeks ago.
Well, we had a bad habit, Tennessee did, of making these quarterbacks look like world breakers.
Yeah.
I mean, you had even the Kentucky game, they put up like 35 points. So just the fact that we had a decent enough offense to win the games, but our defense just would not be in the right position to make any stops. I did not feel good about that. I never felt like a game, if we were down by like 10 points or so, I never felt like it was in reach because I felt like we could not get a stop.
Yeah.
Once you go, it's like in college football in the video game. Once you go down on like a live game with someone, it's impossible to come back in my experience. So.
Yeah, that's fair. So back to the bowl game. We do have Music City Bowl, Tennessee, Illinois.
We'll get our get back for the basketball team this year.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
And we'll get to the basketball team as well because things were looking good and now things are not looking great. So
it's like Florida State. They sold their soul for the one game. We sold our soul to beat Houston. And then that's it.
And you see the Kansas City Chiefs sell their souls for, a dynasty run, and now they're 6-7. So yeah. I was ready for that.
No. How's it feel, Patrick?
So Tennessee, Illinois, early lines are Tennessee -6.5 as the favorites in that one.
Illinois was incredibly overranked this year at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
we'll see how they look good up until Indiana obliterated them.
For what was it, 45-10?
It was like 56-10 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so we see Illinois is, let me go see where I can find their actual record.
I think they're probably either 8-4 or 9-3.
Yeah. Let's see real quick as I pull up ESPN.
When's the last time we went to the Music City? Was it versus Purdue?
Purdue, yeah. We lost in overtime on an egregious call.
You had to make me think of that.
Yeah. So Illinois is 8-4, number 7 in the Big Ten. Music City Bowl. Let's see if they've got any notable wins. We mentioned a couple notable losses already, but as I go through their schedule, things got opened up. It was August 29th against Western Illinois. They did beat Duke. They lost to Indiana.
They beat the ACC champion Duke.
They did. They lost to Indiana 63-10, beat USC 34-32. That was a big game at the time. Lost to Ohio State 34-16. Lost to Washington 42-25. That's a bad loss. Beat Rutgers. Beat Maryland. Lost to Wisconsin 27-10. That's not a good loss. Beat Northwestern 20-13 to wrap up the season.
Had an absolute gauntlet of a season.
Yeah, terrible.
I love the Big Ten schedules because it's just like an absolute gauntlet every time.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, Washington.
You just never know who you're gonna have to face in the Big Ten. But how do we feel?
Top to bottom, it's the strongest conference in the country.
There are people that say that.
I know. I never understood that. They're like, the SEC is so top heavy. There's like 2 teams in there that's it. It's like, bro, and it'll be a Big Ten fan saying it, and I just never understood that. How you could have Purdue, Wisconsin, all these awful teams, and say that. It just doesn't make sense. But I digress.
So we're 8-4. We kind of gave our takes on the season as a whole last week. But now that we see who we're playing. I know there's not a whole lot of excitement going around Vol Nation right now, but overall, we made a bowl game, something we didn't always used to do. 8-4, something we didn't always used to do.
Yeah.
And we'll get to see, hopefully, we'll get to see Joey Aguilar come out one more time, and a lot of these guys at least one more time. Yeah, we'll see. Do we know like the time frame on any of that legally?
No, I've not heard any updates on it.
So we do know that Diego Pavia has done this before with the class action lawsuit where he was able to play this year. His case is that he played 2 years in junior college, so they granted him this past season, and now he's suing them again to get one more because he played 2 years and not 1 year. So basically, if this were to happen, then junior college does not count towards any.
Why would they give him the 1 year if it did? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I guess that's his case too. Why,
Yeah.
why 1 year, not two? So we're gonna see,
or just none. Just say it does count if you're,
which I think that takes away from the guys who are good in high school and they go to the bigger schools to start off with, and now these guys that are 4 stars, 5 stars coming in, having to battle having position battles against guys that are 25, 26 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Like, in Pavia's case, just go join the WWE, bro. Like, why are you still fighting at this point? Like, I hate to be that guy. Like, he'd probably be,
This is Griff's best take ever.
in my opinion, to me at best, he is a 5th, 6th round drafted quarterback.
Yeah.
So, just go make some more money.
Well, he's literally like Johnny Manziel. And
That's what I'm saying. Like, you've got charisma, you've got that energy that you can bring on any given night.
He's athletic.
Go make your money.
Yeah. You heard it here, Diego. Go join the WWE. Let this new quarterback.
Let the kids play.
That just caught me way off guard.
Like, see, it's killing recruiting.
See, I thought you were gonna say like Canadian football or XFL or something like that.
Monday Night Raw. You see freaking Pavia come out. Hey, it is what it is. Hey, he will. I bet he'll be 30 years old fighting for another year of eligibility somehow.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, what if he gets injured this next year? Has to redshirt.
Well, see, it's like when
He's a redshirt
Tennessee
eighth-year
had
senior.
John Fulkerson for, 9 years, felt like.
Yeah.
I was like,
Shout out,
is
Folky.
bro ever
Folky.
gonna?
Thank you for dropping that.
Did he
that 30
graduate?
piece.
Like,
He dropped that 25 piece versus Kentucky. He was a legend for that. But
yeah.
He said not season. But just imagine like Diego gets injured and he's like a 7th year senior.
Yeah, it just seems ridiculous.
He's 3
to
years
me.
graduated from college. Wow. And like 3 presidents have gone by.
Yeah.
Bro
was playing college football when Obama was president.
What we doing?
Yeah, so we'll just see what happens in that class action lawsuit.
But what you brought up, that would mean that Joey gets another year, right?
Correct. That's what I was getting at before we got derailed.
Sorry about that.
No, that's
no, that was perfect. I love that. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, a bunch of guys not sit out in this bowl game.
If Aguilar does come back, though, just another thing, I think Merklinger will transfer.
Merklinger probably.
Well, I have a bad feeling that him and GMAC will both transfer.
Well, yeah, Faison, he'll come in and sit out the year, red shirt and everything. But if Aguilar's back, there'll be them two that are the main focus. And where does GMAC? Is he going to be a 1 year? I mean, you can't sit Faison, a recruit, a highly classed like that, for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Definitely not 2 years. GMAC is a 5-star, right? 5-star recruit.
Yeah, he's good.
So we'll see with him. I'd like to see him and Faison be able to, battle out for the QB1 spot. I'd like to see Joey Aguilar come back and lead these younger guys one more year where Faison can get comfortable. And if, maybe next year GMAC wins the whole QB1 battle. So we'll just have to see. But
I think he's better than Merklinger, no offense. But the times he came in versus the times Merklinger came in, it seemed like there was some more success out of that. But that's we've obviously not seen enough of Merklinger if he's that guy or not. But that's just basically what I've seen. Like when on these blowout games, whenever the
We'll see. I'm assuming Joey's going to play in the ball game.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
I think he's type of guy that have enough pride and grace and being given this opportunity where he'd like to take the tractor one more round. You know?
Yeah.
So, and maybe one more round ends up.
No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe one more round ends up being the 2026 season.
No, I'm just kidding.
So we're playing Illinois in the Music City Bowl.
Last time Tennessee and Illinois played in Nashville, did not go well for Tennessee.
That's a good point. That was in Nashville, wasn't it?
Yep.
So breaking into the college football or college basketball realm, we've got the Tennessee Volunteers, who were 7-0 at one point, right after the Houston win.
Yeah.
Dropped the last couple.
Kansas. It was Kansas
3
first.
in a row.
So basically, we sold our soul to beat Houston, avenge last year's really bad loss in the NCAA tournament in the Elite Eight, which was this was a great win. Houston was. We can acknowledge that was awesome. That was a team effort. You could actually see the chemistry coming together in that game. But
we'll see, where did it go?
Exactly.
Because, I mean, we had Kansas fully – we were up by 12 with
in the second
12, 14 minutes left.
Yeah.
And just –
and the thing is, like, when we first lost to Kansas, I was like, well, there's worse things than to lose to a blue blood.
Yeah.
Kansas is a good program. Bill Self is a great coach.
And it was also in the tournament they were in, where they were playing like the third game in 3 days, which Kansas was too. Kansas was too.
It was a good, it was fine. That was an okay loss.
But all right, so what happened next?
Then you turn around, you go to Syracuse. Last year, we beat
them
Syracuse
by 20.
Yes, we wore the black uniforms, looked really slick. It was a home game.
And I don't think we should have wore the black uniforms on the road.
I like it as a home game.
The black on the road did look a little weird.
I like when it's a home game and it looks awesome.
Just want to throw that in there.
But. Yeah. But I think because we won them last year versus Syracuse, we want to do it again because it's an orange battle type deal. But regardless, Syracuse is a lot better this year. They have they have Keon Anthony. They have a few other good players. I don't know their names, but I just know that Carmelo's son is there. And, I mean, it's a good home environment. And I think it's also is it a football stadium they play in? An old stadium?
I know that Syracuse's old football stadium was one that they still play in the Carrier Dome, because I know that's what it was called.
I just felt like they were missing so many free throws. I was wanting a good excuse for why their perspective was messed up. My dad mentioned something like that, so I didn't know if that was the case. But regardless, lose to Syracuse, and that was actually a close game. That was the Jalen Carey coming out show.
Yeah.
I was really excited to see him get picked up over the off season this past year, and it showed why. He plays a really physical brand of basketball.
Yes.
And that's what we were needing at the time versus Syracuse. And that was a 50-50 game. It's an away game. Syracuse is pretty good, and we lose a close game. That's not as bad as that bad of a loss. You want to win those, but it is what it is. But then we go to Nashville. What was this? The Music City tournament?
Music City Madness presented by Charity Water.
That's too many words. First off.
So we go, and we're like, okay, it's Nashville, so we're just going to be a good amount of Tennessee fans.
Yeah. And they were there. I saw them in the crowd.
Yeah.
Bridgestone Arena, right?
Yeah. But Illinois, they're a pretty good basketball team. I mean, we saw last year. Every time we've played them, like last year, it was really close. And it was close up until we crumbled a few minutes. And that's what really, really hurt. The fact we miss our free throws. You cannot miss your free throws and be a winning program.
And we had 15 more rebounds than them at a point.
Yes, we did. We were doing really well on that end. And what pissed me off too, Illinois, they're a bunch of European Slavs that flop and all that stuff. And no offense to that, it was just like that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's none taken for sure.
It was that soft brand of I'm European, but it was that soft brand of basketball that. It was like it's a stereotype. Like that's what they were saying in the 2000s about like European players.
Like they teach you to do certain things,
and they flop and they like over exaggerate stuff. And like we saw with like Milicic last year, he would probably do stuff like that too. But it was just really frustrating because they would, but they're really good at shooting too is another thing. So they would do that frustrates you. Then they drive in, we help off a shooter, they kick out and they hit a three. That was 2 times in a row I saw that happen. And we went down by like 13 points, and that was it, man. It was a really bad loss. Needless to say, let's hope the football program can do that, and that the basketball can make a adjustment.
We'll see, I'm still stuck on the we need a point guard train.
Like, what do you mean?
You don't think Gillespie's a guy?
I think he's the guy, but he's more of a scorer.
He's
than
inconsistent.
A facilitator. You know what I'm saying? I just
a lot of
having
times
Z for 3 years, I guess.
But we
broke
kind of
my
have that
mind
with
on
Boswell, though, right? And I think Boswell and are they both starting Gillespie and Boswell at the same time?
Yeah,
I think so.
So I mean, we kind of have something like that. But Bishop Boswell has been the heart of this team.
Yeah,
throughout the season,
he's a dog.
He's the reason we won the Houston game too.
Mm-hmm.
His heart, even Kelvin Sampson will tell you that. That's what he said in the post game press conference. But I'm more nervous now. I'm going to the Louisville game on the 16th.
Yeah,
I'm nervous about that. I wasn't because I thought we were going to be fine, but
well, see, them beating the pants off Kentucky earlier in the season definitely had me scared. But then Gonzaga just did that to Kentucky, so.
And Louisville is now coming off a loss to Arkansas. Was it last night or 2 nights ago?
Oh, wow.
I didn't even see that.
Well, John Calipari got on towards the end of the game. He got on the PA mic because the fans were chanting overrated. And Calipari got on the mic. He's like, guys, we don't need that. Please stop with the overrated stuff.
He pulled a Greg Popovich.
Yeah.
You ever seen Greg Popovich do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I did not know.
I'm pretty sure John Calipari's done that before.
Wow.
He might have. But regardless, Louisville just lost to Arkansas.
Auburn looks washed.
Yeah, dude. Oh my. Michigan might be the best basketball team in the country. I hate to say it, but
Duke.
we beat Rutgers by 25. Michigan 2 nights ago beat Rutgers by I think like 43.
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed.
And they've
them.
had multiple games where they've won by like 30 or 40 points, including in that tournament that we were in with Tennessee.
They beat Auburn really bad too.
But so we got Louisville. That'll be next Tuesday. So we played Saturday night against Illinois, taking this week off, playing Louisville next Tuesday. And then a couple smaller games, Gardner-Webb on
South
that
Carolina
following.
State.
Gardner-Webb, South Carolina State, before we get into SEC play with Arkansas, Texas, Florida, Texas A&M, Kentucky, Alabama, Georgia, Auburn. Woo!
I'll be at the Louisville game, and I'll probably go to the smaller games too, but Texas A&M game I'm pretty excited about. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So,
we just got to bounce back. We need to beat Louisville. And we're going to win those smaller games too. We're a good enough team to do that. It's just Nate Ament, he just needs to be a little more physical, you know.
Yeah.
See, I know I've said this before, but Rick, make Nate gain about 20 more pounds.
He's already gained 20 too. That's the crazy thing.
He still looks too small.
He's a freshman. He'll you got to grow into your body. It is what it is.
Well, he's a freshman. Do you think he's going to be good enough to go pro after 1 year?
Probably not.
We'll see. I feel like that's fully already the plan, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've not seen anything on the court that would say, hey, he can go out there and compete with Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
You know?
Or Cameron Boozer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We got to worry about winning our college games before we can go to the NBA.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. Boys, episode 50, first time going live. How do we feel?
This was fun. Yeah. I've made sure I put more of a filter on everything. No, I'm just kidding. But
That's
even after the Slav joke?
No, I felt bad, man. Like, I don't have anything. It's just like that is a very common stereotype, like in the 80s and 90s especially.
You can thank Tony Kukoc for that one.
And Ginobili and all that. Like, and no offense, I love Luka, but even he will do some exaggerate. And it's not just a European thing, but it's a stereotype for a reason. And I saw them doing it versus us, and it really just pissed me off. You know? It really was frustrating, but we'll get our get back. This team is a 1-year-old team. You know, you only have like 3 returning people: Boswell, Phillips, Estrella, and
Berg.
Berg's new.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have like 4 people maybe from last year. The rest, you're just going to have to develop chemistry with each other.
Yeah.
And you saw what the potential was versus Houston. I think that's what it's like. That Georgia game in football. You saw how good we can be, but then you go and you play like how you're really going to play the rest of the time, and it's like frustrating. But I'm glad we beat Houston. We'll pick it up.
Yeah. So
how do you feel about going live? It's a lot easier. Is it a lot easier for you to do this?
Yeah, I won't have to go through and make certain camera cuts and all that. The graphics are already made. I'm just gonna hit stop broadcasting, and I'll have the podcast recorded, and I can just immediately go in and make clips for TikTok instead of spending a couple days editing one episode and then before I can even make the clips and stuff, and then it comes out on Wednesday when we're talking on a Monday and things have passed.
Yep.
But yeah,
I like this. I like the format a lot better.
Yeah.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about yet, boys, and that is the entire NFL slate that just happened yesterday. I think it was a fantastic day of NFL football. Well, maybe not Griff. Maybe not.
It was some good games.
Hey,
though.
that game was great until some things happened.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one here that doesn't really have an allegiance to really any team. I like the Ravens, but it's not like I'm like going to their games or anything, you know.
Yeah.
So as just a casual football fan, it was a really enjoyable slate of games yesterday. Y'all, what was the game of the day for y'all?
I hate to say it, but it was Bills and Bengals.
That was a really good game. In the snow,
Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Snow Burrow in the snow. I mean,
Hey, those two picks don't happen. We fully win that game.
Oh, 100%.
If we score more points, we're winning that game.
I mean, Cincinnati was up, what, 20?
Even if the second pick doesn't happen, I feel like we still win that game.
because the first one it's a pick.
It was 28-18, and then it was 28-25 after that pick six.
Was there a point where it was 28-15? I thought it might have been 15.
Milkman just commented. Sorry, guys.
Milkman?
Yo.
He's back.
Milkman,
let's go. Let's go,
Milkman, we don't know who you are. No offense. But we've missed you when you make your comments.
Every video I look for a Milkman comment, and we got one on the UFC video this past weekend. So
sick.
I'm glad to know he or she is still alive.
I'm glad to know Milkman's okay.
Presuming that, you know, man is a man, but we'll see.
No, we're pumped. Milkman's in the live right now.
Yeah.
So
shout out Milkman. And Milkman says don't stop.
We won't.
We ain't stopping anytime soon.
No.
We're just getting started.
But so the game of the day was the Buffalo Bills. I don't know. I thought the Chiefs Texans game was really good too.
Yeah, that was a great game, as well as, you know, Packers and Bears.
That was really good. I didn't get a chance to watch that one though.
You missed out. It was a really good game. Started out on Thursday. Lions beat the Cowboys 44-30, and then do want to toot my own horn real quick. Public Fade's 3-0 this week. Public Fade's 3-0. Let's go.
That's how you do it, Scholar. And I think we did some calculation over the past 3 weeks. What are you, 7-2?
7-2 last 3 weeks.
Wow, that
is very true.
That is awesome. But what was it all time? 38-14.
Yeah, 38-14. No, 38-16.
Okay.
38-16.
That's follow this.
Hey, more than 50%. You got to give it to him.
Yeah, I mean, isn't there a dude on College Game Day that does picks like that, and he's like 500?
Oh, I have no clue.
Well, see, I feel like they're always 500 because don't they keep up all the tallies from every game they pick all year?
Probably.
Yeah, I think it's Stanford. He's the bald guy. Yeah. But he's like 500. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
You're fading the public.
I got a model, boys. I got a model. But we saw the Packers beat the Bears 28-21. Dolphins over the Jets 34-10. That was a public fade. Took Dolphins -2.5. And I will say, every time in public fades that I've taken the Dolphins, they've routed whoever they're playing. They could be plus 10-point underdogs, and they beat the Bills 30-13. They beat the Falcons pretty much the same score.
I'm still confused about that Bills game.
Yeah. So
I don't know how they pulled that one off.
Even the Falcons beating the Bills too.
Yeah.
Like how does any of that happen?
Another one I did call to a T yesterday. The Titans, I took them plus 4.5 against the Browns, and I said I like Cam Ward to beat Shedeur Sanders, and he did that. 31-29. That was a great game to watch. Vikings over the Commanders 31-0. The game.
What has happened to the Commanders this year?
That makes no. Well, didn't Jalen Daniels play?
Jaden Daniels did play.
Left with an injury though.
Okay, because I was like, I fully saw Bro's arm get destroyed.
We're talking about a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was They say dislocations look worse than what they actually are.
Because
he didn't break anything.
He didn't break anything. He didn't tear any ligaments or anything in the elbow, but
it was nasty.
It popped out. And not to get off topic, but I saw the exact same thing happen to a UFC fighter this weekend. Alexandre Pantoja. He was the flyweight champion facing Joshua Van, who I'm a big fan of. And flyweight champion. Yeah, Fanatic. But I was watching it, and title on the line, big one. Pantoja's head and shoulders above Joshua Van, who's only 24. Pantoja has been in the top of the UFC rankings since Van got into mixed martial arts in general. But within the first 20-30 seconds of the fight, they're already scrapping. Pantoja throws a kick. Van kind of catches it, and he's trying to go for maybe a takedown or something, and Pantoja reaches back to catch himself. Ooh. And his elbow just dislocated or something. But you know what they said was the injury? Like, his elbow was completely severed. Oh. Basically is what it looked like. Nothing poking through, nothing necessarily broke or anything. But it looked like the Jaden Daniels injury. Yeah. And at the end of the night, they were saying it was a shoulder dislocation. Which
shoulder?
Yeah. So I don't understand how that happens. But so thoughts and prayers to Pantoja. Hopefully that doesn't affect him too much and he can come back. But Van ended up winning the championship because of that. And
did the fight stop when that happened?
Yeah, they stopped the fight. So it's not counted as a no contest because it's not like a foul, like an eye poke or hit him in the balls. That was it. TKO. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how Van won the title. But back to the NFL slate. Vikings over the Commanders. Vikings were favored -1.5 going into the week. That was before Jaden Daniels was announced that he's going to be playing. And then the line switched to the Commanders as the favorites. And Vikings, he, I guess, re-aggravated his elbow injury or something.
Yeah. Amber said it has, in fact, been updated to an elbow injury.
Oh, Pantoja?
Yeah.
All right, well, good.
Shout out, yeah.
Shout out to the chat. So the Vikings won 31-0. Jaden Daniels re-aggravated that injury he had. And
what has happened?
See, the Vikings make no sense to me.
They don't, but also we saw a very terrible knee injury to Zach Ertz as well.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
That was awful. So the Commanders are just down in the dumps this year.
Get rid of FedEx Field.
I'm wondering what happened, though. Like, they were so good last year. Did they lose pieces?
Just injuries, because Jaden Daniels actually had a knee injury in week 2 against the Packers.
Yeah.
And so he missed a few weeks whenever that happened. Then they started losing and haven't won a game since beginning of October, I think it is. They've lost 8 in a row. So
and they're an easy team to root for because they've been so bad.
Long. And I like Jaden Daniels. I like Marcus Mariota too, their backup. He's come in and done a great job, but just can't get over that hump as far as winning goes. Another injury we saw yesterday, Daniel Jones went down, Achilles injury. Jaguars won 36-19. And Daniel Jones last couple of weeks has been playing through a fracture in his fibula, in his shin, I think. Whatever technical term is.
And his other one.
We got a doctor in the chat. She'll be able to tell us.
Both legs.
But that's through another, like his other foot, right? Or his other.
No, I'm pretty sure it's this. I'm pretty sure it's the same leg.
Or I thought fibula was his left leg. Achilles was right leg.
No, you got a fibula in both legs. I'm pretty sure.
No. He's saying he's did
the injury.
Oh, okay. Yeah. sorry. That's my bad, Chad. It could be separate legs. I'm not exactly sure. But what I do know is when you tweak something and you try to keep going, you walk a little bit differently, you start using different muscles to favor that.
Like Tyrese Halliburton last year.
Yeah.
He already strained his Achilles.
Yeah. And so you start walking a little weird, and a lot of times people will tweak their hamstrings, and then you'll see them get an ACL injury. That's what happened to Christian Watson last year. And so he just went to a normal drop back and went to throw it. He threw it a little weird because of the angle he had to take, but ended up tearing his Achilles.
Looked like he was putting all of his weight on his right side.
And then he got up and walked a little bit, and then he fell down in pain. Man, it sucks. And what sucks is the Colts start out like 7-1, and now they're 8-5. Like, that's from a team perspective. Obviously you hate to see someone get injured, but it also sucks.
See,
for
I
Colts
hate
fans.
to say it, we see it happen every year. Team starts off 7-1, 8-1, and then just completely falls apart.
Yeah.
We've seen teams that started out 4-0. That was the
or even the Steelers when they went 10 or 11-0, and then just completely fell apart.
Yeah,
that's the Mike Tomlin special.
So speaking of the Steelers, they beat the Ravens 27-22 yesterday. Mike Tomlin has Lamar Jackson's number. I don't know if y'all knew that.
See, Lamar just looked bad yesterday.
He calls him Mr. Jackson, though. So it's a respect thing. He does respect Lamar in that regard.
That's good to know.
No, but, he did like an interview one time. He's like, they were like, Lamar does this, and that. And he's like, that's Mr. Jackson, actually. But wait, have they beat them the past few times? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they played twice a year, so I'm sure it's more back and forth than anything. But a lot of times Steelers cover those games, and sometimes they win them, like we saw yesterday. The Saints with an upset. They were 8.5-point underdogs to the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. Saints win 24-20 in that one.
Tyler Show, didn't he have like a rushing touchdown for quite a few yards on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm rooting for the Bucs, man, but it's just they can't.
Injuries are getting them.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're a team that started out really strong too.
Yeah. Because, see, I feel like the Mike Evans injury is really what's brought down Tampa.
Yeah.
Well, and, I mean, even...
They had injuries to O-line, other wide receivers.
Yeah.
I mean,
even Baker.
Yeah. Bucky Irving has been out the whole season, just now came back, as far as I know. But also the Seahawks over the Falcons, 37-9. Not really much to say about that one other than another big Seahawks domination.
Sam Darnold, man.
Yeah. So... then we mentioned this one already, but final score: Bills 39, Bengals 34. Griff, you pretty much said all you need to say.
Yeah.
Anything else you need to add to that? Fire Zach Taylor.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I don't want to say fire everybody because, Al Golden is in his first year coaching the defense. But, I mean, we're giving up 40 a game, guys. There's got to be a solution to this.
But then also, is it Zach Taylor that's the one that's not providing an O-line, not having a good defense?
It ties into everything, but I love T. Higgins. It might be time.
Just for the team's sake, you have enough offensive weapons. If you have Jamar Chase and you have pretty good, not as good as T. Higgins, but pretty good threats on that end, he could probably get a good return for a few good defensive players, right?
Yeah.
Like, didn't you say he should be traded to Dallas or something last year?
Well, see, the trade I was looking at, it was last year towards the end of the year, was to the Commanders for, I believe it was De'Aaron Payne and maybe another defensive lineman. I can't remember off the top of my head.
That's what y'all need more than anything, defense.
Yeah.
You said yesterday he said cut the entire defense.
Well, see, the problem this year is the corners. It's like Cam Taylor-Britt's a bust. None of the corners can guard.
Isn't that what happened versus the Bears?
Yeah. I mean, he got tackled by 3 people on that play and still scored.
Yep. Well, that was the game of the day. Hey, at least you have a lot of entertaining games with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Y'all are usually always keep it like real close. That's the one thing. But on the flip side, there's never a convincing win.
Yeah.
Most time, right? I think maybe Thanksgiving.
See, I saw this stat yesterday. We are 22-25 since making the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's a downward. Usually the people that lose the Super Bowl the next season, they do bad, but it seems like y'all have been doing bad every season.
Every season since.
Well, 9-8 the past 2 years, and then
injuries.
We're 4-9 right now. Let's see how much worse it can get.
Yeah. Boys, I do want to say just real quick, shout out to Jerry's Barbershop. We're live in the barbershop right now.
Oh,
we're live in the barbershop. Hell yeah. So, Joey also wanted me to
talk about the Cowboys.
Yeah,
mention the Cowboys. Yeah. We did mention that they did lose to the Lions in Thursday Night Football last week.
Yeah.
This past week. So I will mention, for Joey's sake, that the Cowboys have been doing very good recently. If you take that game out, as we have Zeta into, she's not just in frame. She's right out.
I mean, they barely lost, or when I say barely, they cut it close with Detroit. It was like a 3-point game. It was like 27-30 at one point.
Yeah, it was a lot closer than the score.
And then Detroit went on. Yeah. They had 2 more touchdowns after that. But Dak's been playing it's like one of his best years.
Yeah, I mean, if it weren't for their record, Dak would definitely be in the MVP conversation.
Yeah.
Their record is so bad because their defense was so bad early on in the season. They went out and made some trades, and now they're looking pretty decent. But
even without Parsons.
Yeah, without Parsons, but Lions are a good team.
They are.
Lions are a good team, so we'll give it to them.
Yeah, well, next week the Cowboys got the Vikings, so that could be a good win for them.
Yeah. So we also saw the Broncos defeat the Raiders. Did y'all see the controversy in this game, boys?
No.
So the Raiders were down 24 to 14.
Where they kicked that field goal
Yeah.
at the end of the game.
Oh, okay, I did see that.
Yeah.
I saw Dave Portnoy?
Yeah.
He said
Yeah,
investigate the
shouldn't have-
NFL.
Well, he made some other comments he shouldn't have made, but
See, I'll give Portnoy's pizza reviews, but you're a scumbag.
There's Zeta. Zeta making her way in the frame.
Happy birthday, Zeta.
Happy birthday, Zeta! Yay, Zeta! Woo, woo, woo.
Come here, Zeta. Come here. See, she don't listen to no one in this room except Skylar.
Yeah, as she should not.
Exactly.
But yeah, so what happened in that game? The line was 7.5. The Broncos were the favorite. They were up 24 to 14 with time running out, and then they call a time, or no, the refs throw a flag on the last play that stops the clock as time's about to run out.
Useless.
Yeah, and down 10, they decide to kick a field goal to cover. So it's interesting. It's an interesting thing.
You can definitely justify it from like a point of view of like.
Look and see what do you kick the onside kick immediately, and then if you get the ball back, just throw a Hail Mary
or a lateral, like because there's like 5 seconds left. Technically, you could say it's a game plan, but yeah, it's shady, I guess.
And then we also saw the Rams over the Cardinals, 45 to 17.
Cardinals
just the absolute drubbing of the Cardinals.
Well, see, the Cardinals don't suck. It's just did Kyler Murray come back?
No, he's out for the season.
Okay, no.
He's out for this. It was a soft benching because they're a lot better with Jacoby Brissett offensively. But with all the injuries that he's had, whatever. But
and didn't they say the worst Call of Duty? It's the worst Call of Duty to come out. Now he got benched. He can't play that because it sucks.
Yeah. Then Sunday Night Football, Texans over the Chiefs, 20 to 10. A game where Kansas City was at home, favored 3.5 points. The Texans score early, and their defense is the best defense in the league. And they showed it last night. Just absolutely shut down Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
You saw what they did to the Bills, too.
Yeah.
Just literally constant pressure.
They did the exact same thing last night.
Just like no room to make any error. And the Chiefs were dropping so many passes. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like,
Rasheed Rice had a few. Travis Kelce. The last
on
one.
Fourth down, too.
The last pass that Travis Kelce dropped, he paid for.
Yeah, because he got
smushed.
Yeah. But it was bad, dude. Like, there's like some of those passes were right on the money, too.
Yeah.
Like, if it's hitting your chest or your hands, you got to catch it.
No, I agree. Then Monday Night Football tonight, we've got the Eagles at the Chargers. Eagles minus 2.5 point favorites. Monday Night Football on the road to Los Angeles. How do we see this one happening, boys? Any predictions?
I'm going to say it'll be close, but give me Philly.
Philly on the road. Okay.
Versus Chargers?
Yeah.
Versus, yeah.
I don't know. The Chargers beat the Chiefs, man.
They did. That was week 1.
I know. A lot's changed since then.
The Chargers have a lot of injuries to their O-line. Hopefully they can get those figured out. I think Omari and Hampton is coming back from his injury that happened in week 4, maybe somewhere.
I have Eagles defense on my fantasy, so I hope the Eagles shut down the Chargers. So give me the Eagles.
I have a very interesting playoff match in my fantasy this week. I've got Saquon on my team as well as Ladd McConkey. Kyle, who I'm playing, he's in the chat. He's got Jalen Hurts tonight, and right now I'm on a comeback. I was expected to lose like 65% to 35% or 75 to 25 throughout the whole weekend until the Packers game yesterday. Jordan Love went off, Christian Watson went off, got me back in it. Now I'm projected to win 59% to 41%. But it's basically dead even in the score right now. He's got Jalen Hurts. I got Saquon and Ladd, and we're going to battle tonight to move on in the playoffs in our fantasy.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah,
I've completely given up in our fantasy.
In a way, I guess I'm
finally not in last place.
It's me.
Congrats.
Even though I'm 4-9, just like my Bengals. Who would have thought that?
It was destiny.
My girlfriend is number 1 in the fantasy league.
It's always the girlfriends. Yeah. Remember when Kenzie won the bracket challenge last year?
Yeah, I shouldn't have done it. But she's number 1. Cross is number 2. I'm number 3. And then who is number 4? I can't remember. But maybe Kyle. But yeah, a lot to look forward to as we wrap up episode 50,
Very
$1 Million
episode,
Radio.
Very
Absolutely.
First time going live, episode 50.
We're an hour and a half in too, by the way, boys.
Just think you don't have to edit any of that.
I know, I'm so excited. Yeah, I just want to thank you boys for sticking around and helping me out.
Thank you.
Doing
You're
this.
the one that look. This man
is your idea.
He's the engine of everything. So
yeah, I'm about to clip this up, dude. I'm about to make myself look so good.
yeah, right.
No, but episode 50, couldn't be prouder of you guys and this whole operation. Couldn't thank the watchers enough for tuning in week and week out. Even if there are just 5 people that tune in, I'm grateful for that. And going live, maybe we're gonna get to see some new eyes that get welcomed into $1 Million Radio here. But episode 50,
stuff, man, coming up.
I know, exciting, and football's even coming to a close. Can't believe we're already saying that. Regular season over. We're through the conference championships. So
we are with the bowl games and then the playoffs.
Bowl games and playoffs on the way. NFL season winding down. 3 more weeks to go. I think. Yeah, 15, 16, 17, 4 weeks to go. So enjoy it while we got it, boys. Enjoy it while we got it. So, wow. There was my mess up. I was talking and I had the camera on y'all the whole time. But
hey man, it happens. It's happened a few times.
Yeah, it's happened a few times.
No, I was thinking this whole time. I was like, man, that's like, is that a brain freak having to do that? Talk and then because you're gonna have to change it back now and then now back to me. Yeah.
So hopefully it becomes second nature, but at some point. But we'll see. $1 Million Radio song of the week. Song choices of the week, boys. I know I've got mine locked and loaded, but if y'all are good,
I'll go ahead too. Yeah, "Livin' Laugh Lovin'" by Bill Murray.
Livin', Laugh, Lovin'. Why not?
Livin', Laughin', Lovin'.
Okay, I was about to ask why not laughing.
Yeah.
Livin', Laughin', Lovin'.
You know who Bill Murray is?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
It's Bilmuri. It's not like the comedian. Really good. Yeah, actually, did y'all ever know Attack back in the day?
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
it's like that crabcore where they're bending down real heavy doing. That's what he was in that band as their guitarist originally.
Oh, really?
And he was like a singer too.
That's cool.
So he does his own solo stuff now, and he's just really talented. So I didn't know if you knew who Bill Murray was.
Livin', Laughin', Lovin' by Bill Murray. What about you, Griff?
I'm gonna go with "Nowhere Fast" by Incubus.
Okay, I like that one. Livin', Laughin', Lovin', Bill Murray, Incubus. What was the song?
Nowhere Fast.
Nowhere Fast.
Not a 311 song this week. Wow.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. That was this close.
Well, I'm going a song that I found last week. I think it was Monday or Tuesday last week. A band called Culture Wars. I sent y'all the song. Did y'all listen to it? I think it's a very, very good song. I don't know how y'all felt about it, but Typical Ways by Culture Wars is my $1 Million Radio song of the week. So, boys, wrapping up episode 50. How's it feel?
Pretty great.
Y'all feel good?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in every episode of $1 Million Radio, Public Fades, the UFC breakdowns. Really appreciate it. We're going 50 strong. There might be some changes on the way as we break into the live setup and just the day-to-day process here at $1 Million Radio. But I also want to say happy birthday to my girl Zeta girl. She is 5 years old, girl. That's my girl right there. But she was in here the whole episode. She did very good, so I appreciate that. But she's wanting to go outside right now, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap that up so we can do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thanks for watching. Really appreciate all the love and support. And this has been episode 50, $1 Million Radio Live. And as always, we'll see you next time. Oops, wrong button. Here we go.
Just gotta cut.